Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Pennsylvania Preparedness. I am just hopping on here, making sure everything's working okay. So far I see KP Heathen, thank you very much for stopping in, as well as Appalachian Mercantile. How's it going everybody? So far, got a couple people in here. Appalachian Mercantile says, we're expecting some really bad weather, so we'll see how long he lasts online. Well, hopefully you make it through without any interruptions here. I know I saw Alabama's expecting some tonight. KP Heathen says 5 by 5. Hey, what's up, Rural? Do I see it's a Rural Report? How's it going? Celtic Grandma, hey, how's it going, everybody? All right, thank you all for stopping in so far today. I just figured I'd do a live. I haven't done one in a little bit. I've been pretty busy with running again. Oh, you're supposed to do your first live tonight. Okay. What time is that supposed to be? Drop it down and I'll try to see if I can post it later and get some people to head over to your channel. Hopefully it works out for you. I'll definitely be trying to watch. For anybody that doesn't know, I did a live interview with the Appalachian Mercantile the other week. So if you want to check that out, it was a pretty good live. She says she's going to go 7 p.m. if she's lucky. Hopefully the weather holds out and it doesn't knock out any internet for you. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to watch that tonight for you. Hopefully, fingers crossed for you. But yeah, so I feel like lately there has been a lot of stuff going on, and I have been very unpresent on the YouTube world lately. I've been very busy with my running and physical fitness and just overall trying to get things in order for things. Like today, I went for a run in the cold and rain again. It doesn't seem like this cold seems to be leaving, and I'm getting lucky enough to be stuck here in PA for it. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the things that's taken a lot of time out of me trying to make these videos. I did get one up the other week. I was able to run out on the Appalachian Trail for a little bit. Not run. I went for a little hike, real small, probably 2 miles, in Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. It's pretty flat area down there. It's a lot of farmland. You're actually going through people's backyards and farms and stuff like that. So that's definitely something interesting that I wasn't used to other places, because most people don't have houses up on the mountains where you're going through their actual backyards where you can see their house or anything like that. Also, excuse me, may not be my chipper self. I've been trying to kick energy drinks. So I gave up energy drinks probably about a year or two before the pandemic, and I was really happy about that. I finally kicked the habit, and then I started working for the Department of Corrections and working 16-hour shifts every day. And before I knew it, I was back on the energy drink train. So I've been trying to kick that again, thanks to Liquid Death here. Hopefully that helps me out here. So if you hear me crack something open, that's probably what it'll be, because I really like the carbonation of it. But it's got a nice flavor, and it's a pretty good company. I don't really hear anything bad about them. They're not really monopolized or Coca-Cola or Pepsi or anything like that. So pretty interesting company. If you're into seltzer water, give it a try. They also have like tea flavors and stuff like that. So out of everybody that's in here so far, I just want to see. So Appalachian Mercantile, what kind of weather are we expecting up your way? And I know Farmer Son Preppin was talking about some weather. They're supposed to get it around 6 p.m. to I don't know, to midnight or so, they said. I just saw that they were supposed to get severe storms. I don't know if anybody else sees it, but at least on my end, I'm looking a little pixelated. So if that's how it's coming across to you guys, please let me know. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to have music play in the background, because sometimes I can be a little dry to listen to. I get it. I don't like listening myself. So let's see. KP Heathen, I'm hoping the mechanic can get the harmonic balancer changed. My job depends on it. Okay. About to start here. Okay, and that's the roll report there. Okay, KP Heathen says it's still 5 by 5. Okay, maybe it's just my end on watching it. Maybe it's the upload and the download kind of thing. I don't know. Oh, okay. Appalachian said possible tornado hit down at Kentucky Ohio line. Damage looks bad. Trailers upside down. House trailers. Okay. Gone off a bar. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't hear anything up here, at least in Pennsylvania. So I don't know. That must be coming up still. So probably in the next few hours we might get it. I'm not used to not having a watch on. Sorry about that. Okay. So anybody that's in that area, be ready. I guess KP, you either already experienced and got away from it. When you hold things up to the camera, it's pixelated. Okay. So I'm guessing like something like this. It's coming across pixelated. Let's see what it looks like on my end. EP Heathen said he's got it clear, so maybe it's just up this way. Oh yeah. And too, so I don't know if that's just because of maybe it's the storms coming up. Who knows? Oh, see, now on mine it actually completely disappeared. So, all right, enough about the picture. So, if it's looking bad for you guys, you can always try to catch it on the rerun. Oh, now it's actually crystal clear. Look at that. All right, perfect. Those chemtrails weather-wise. Yeah, you never saw, who was it? Tennessee or Kentucky? One of the states down there put a bill out about trying to make sure that people don't use chemtrails or something. I don't know where it's gotten so far. Curious to see what happens with it, but only time will tell. Getting ready for rain there in Louisiana. Okay. All right. So, besides the weather, excuse me, I just got done with a run probably 30 minutes ago, an hour ago. So I'm still got my Gatorade in recovery process. So you get to see me chugging down this water quite a bit. Last time I did the sprints, I got a cramp and I had to pretty much. I look like I'd been wounded pretty bad. I was limping all the way back home. It was kind of pitiful to watch if you would have seen me, but I was just sort of limping my way back home the last quarter mile, and I really had to push to get to that point. So I guess it's a good sign that I was pushing myself, but bad sign I was pushing myself too hard. So that's something everybody has to remember when they're doing all this preparedness stuff. Make sure you're not burning yourself out. Make sure that you, like me, I always have people to keep me in check a little bit. I always think to myself, like, if people at my work found out about this, how much would they think that I've gone off the deep end or something like that. So pickle juice before sprints. Yeah, I just ate all my pickles the other day. I get, I forget what they're called, something pickles. They're really good. They're spicy pickles, and I cannot get enough of them. But fact of the matter is, I eat the whole container in probably one sitting. So I've been trying to make sure I don't do that. Oh, I have bananas too. I just got a bunch from Aldi's. Oh, I got a whole bunch of bananas, and I got a whole bunch of fresh oranges. So I'm going to be, probably after this live, I'm going to be snacking on either a banana and or an orange. Hey, what's up, FP? How's it going? Thanks for stopping in today. I'm not sure how the weather is holding out for you, but a few people are saying that we're supposed to be getting some weather up and down here. So, but yeah, I know I'm not really a sprinter. I'm not built for speed. I joked with one of my buddies, I'm built for feed, not for speed. I'm round. I'm not cut or anything like that. So I'm like a boulder. I'm a bull in a china shop. I'm not really built to go fast. I'm built for, falling down a flight of stairs and, chaos. Yeah, it is rainy and windy here as well in Harrisburg because I was just out running in it an hour ago or so, and not a fan. I was really hoping that April would bring a little bit more warmer weather, but so far, April 1st came around, and April Fools, it's going to be crappy still. So typical Pennsylvania weather. For anybody that's up here, you guys know what I'm talking about. I feel like it's been raining more than it's been like not lately, and just sort of ready for summer. Especially with how much I've been out running and stuff. Even my dogs are they're sort of getting sick and tired of me taking them for wet, muddy runs. The one dog looked at me today and was just like, "Okay, that's enough of that." Good evening from rainy Ohio. What's up, Devil Dog Prepper? Yeah, it seems like Ohio and Pennsylvania pretty much have about the same type of weather patterns. I know whenever I'm watching Vision Preparedness, he's always talking about the weather, and I always assume probably 2-3 hours after him is when we're gonna get your weather. So, thanks for dumping your weather on us. Um, F Beer said, when I had my DNA tested, I came back positive for the spinner gene. That's kind of funny. Well, I unfortunately definitely didn't get that. I got the opposite. I got the sit and wait gene. Hey, what's up, Joe Morgan? Thanks for stopping in today. Hopefully everything's going good with you on your end. I know that you've been dealing with stuff in your personal life. Obviously, I don't expect you to get into it here, but just want you to know that if you ever need to talk, feel free to shoot me an email. I didn't realize you and I are pretty close in age, too. So, I might be able to shed some guidance or some help or something like that. I don't know. Whatever you need, just let me know. Okay. Appalachian Mercantile said in Southeast Ohio, they're about to get hammered again. I know that they were just saying about how what was it, Tennessee or Kentucky border with Ohio just got a tornado. A bunch of house trailers got ripped up, so that's unfortunate. I wanted to say while I'm on here, I only know I only got 10 people on here so far. But I know I had my wife just start up a YouTube channel the other day. And I said to her, I was like, hey, you have a pretty big advantage on me. She said, well, what's that? Oh, just this. She said, what's that? What's the advantage I could possibly have? You've been doing this for years. I said, yeah, but I can tell you that I have only got like 309 subscribers. I said, you have a huge advantage over me. I said, you're a very pretty female. She goes, nah, that won't get me anything. She uploaded a couple videos of our dog and already has 300 subscribers. So I told her, she's like, oh my gosh, my one video has, 60,000 views and like 6,000 likes. I'm just like, okay, good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm just sitting here with my 300 subscribers after a year. I'm like, oh, well, hey, I'm happy for you. And every time she tells me, oh my gosh, I'm at 300 subscribers, I'm getting more. I'm just like, happy for you. But yeah, like I always say, I'm not in this for the subs and stuff. So let me see what I missed here. I'm going to be broken hungry, living on the streets soon. I'm weighing my options. I can stop drinking or make it all go away tonight. I'm 50-50 on it. Well, Joe, you gotta weigh your options. I know there's always resources out there. There's people that'll listen. So if you need somebody to help you weigh options or something, let me know. Maybe I can try to give you some guidance. I know here in one of the counties I work for, we have me being a dispatcher, I have some resources locally. So I don't know if they would help you where you are, but I might be able to have send you some phone numbers or something like that. I might be able to help you out or something. Yeah, FPR, you're not wrong. The dogs will suck in the views every time. And it's funny because I said I could easily have a channel that has over 1,000 subscribers. I could easily post videos every day, but the problem is the content would not be what I'm trying to put out. It would be videos of, I don't know, dogs, or me putting videos up every day about things I see on the news or regurgitating news that you guys already see. So it's like, is it really worth it to compromise my channel? Not really. So that's the way I see it. My channel, you're always going to get my honest opinion. So I guess that's the only real advantage point of it, of these small channels, is you're getting the raw, uncut, unfiltered, unadulterated, uh, personal view of every person on there. Emergency crisis line for our area, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if crisis does everywhere. I don't know if they have them in other states or anything like that, but I know here in Pennsylvania we have crisis, which they have a ton of resources that will help anybody for just about anything, really. Um, Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. I really thought of doing some different content here as far as like my physical fitness stuff. I run every day. Not every day. Okay, every other day I run. I do sprints. I do long runs. I hop on the bike. I do a whole bunch of physical fitness stuff, which is, granted, it's a huge part of preparedness. But at the same time, it's like, that really what the people that come to this channel are really looking for. So that's something I've been weighing a lot. One thing I would really like to do is get out onto the Appalachian Trail, do some hiking, maybe even some sprints up the side of the mountains. Granted, I'm not going to sprint up a whole side of a mountain, but I can give it a shot and improve my aerobic base. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably put out some videos here once it's warm enough, once I know the trails are clear, and probably once I have a little bit of time to figure that out into my workout schedule. Okay, at Pierce at 211 in our area. Um, in case any people in Pennsylvania need any assistance, this is a great resource to start at. Yeah, that's one of the things I always recommend to people. I have people that call into 911 dispatch that are elderly, who say, they just need somebody to talk to. I'm like, okay, you can call crisis. They can find a number to put you in contact with older resource, like old people, not old people, I think people, but like there's resources where they have people that will talk to you. Some people literally call 911 just because they're bored and sad, or just because they need somebody to talk to. I literally was on the phone the other day because I had the time. I spoke with a lady for probably 35 minutes in regards to, she actually ended up saying she was a prepper. And she said that she had a YouTube following, but I couldn't find her anywhere. So geriatric assistance, that's the proper way to put it. Because, hey, what's up, The Widow's Diary artist and poet? How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, having been an EMT, I should have used that off the bat, but it's not just for geriatric, it's not just for people that are lonely, sad. They also deal with people who are in exactly that, a crisis. A lot of times they're called out for people who are having mental emergencies, would probably be the best way to put it. But again, it's not just about that. They do a whole bunch of other stuff. They're basically there to help you in your time of need, no matter what it is. So that's always a great resource. And through them, I actually found a bunch of good phone numbers for like, what's it called? Red Cross, Red Shield. No, not Red Cross. American Red Cross. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of things mixed up when I say that. But like the American Red Cross, they have assistance numbers for them, phone numbers for if like your house burns down, stuff like that. They have a whole bunch of stuff that will help you out. Great resources from the smallest need up to dire emergencies. That's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. Is they can help you from everyday issues to something where you don't think that you're going to be able to come back from it. And it's a huge helpful resource. I always recommend it. If somebody calls me and even if they're like, I don't want any help, I'm like, well, can you at least take this phone number and just call them and see if they can do anything for you. I know even there's some churches that have great resources as well. Department of Aging is really good, but it does have age criteria. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Honestly, whenever somebody says that they're older, I give them the number. The way I figure it, um, everybody I've spoken to from the area agency of aging, sorry, that's a mouthful, they always have given resources at least, where they try to help me as much as they can as far as giving the other people resources. So, Widow's Diary says, internet keeps going in and out. The storm's coming. Okay. Well, if we lose you, thanks for stopping in. As a reminder, we're 20 minutes into this already. I can't believe we've gone 20 minutes already. I feel like I just started it up. Make sure that you guys hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber and you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, share the video out if you'd like to. I'm not really talking about anything in particular that's crazy important tonight, so don't feel the need to share it out, but it always helps the channel. Let's see. Did I miss anything in chat? Not so far. I do have some music playing in the background on here, so if anybody likes it, let me know. Hit a 1. If you don't like it, hit a 2. Just because I'm trying to figure out some stuff. With me being so busy lately, I'm trying to see if I can do some lives. I'd really like to do some lives out on the Appalachian Trail. I want to see if I have service out there. If I can, I'm going to do it. If not, I'm going to have to come back and re-edit the videos, because I'm also thinking of switching some services. All right, KP, he says he likes it. Royal Report says he likes the music too. All right, rock on. I'm glad you guys like the music. It's sort of, I think I picked lo-fi or something. It's just supposed to be chill, because that's more how I am. I'm pretty chill. So, if anybody has anything you guys want to talk about, please let me know. If not, I'm just going to keep ranting about my channel and what I plan on doing here coming up. West Virginia is getting hammered by storms. Well, all right. I feel like everybody down south is getting it right now, so I guess really we'll probably be getting it up here in Pennsylvania in the next couple hours. Right now, it is kind of crappy out up here in PA. I think last I checked, it was around 40 degrees. This can't be right. That's 76. It's not right. I can guarantee it because I was just out running it. What state are you in? The Widow's Diary. Who asked? Appalachian asked that. All right, let's see. I don't want to. Okay. 46 degrees. It's going to be a high of 48. All right. So, rain all day. Go figure. That's about on par for Pennsylvania. Rain and cold. Cold and rain. Oh, it's going to rain tomorrow too. All day. Who'd have thunk? Of course. Supposed to stop raining at all? Friday. Good. At least I got Friday where it won't rain. Tired of the rain. Going out, running in the rain. Gotta make sure I dry my shoes. Alright. Might have gotten a tornado a few hours ago. Northern Alabama. Okay, Widow's Diary. So you're not too far away from a couple of the other guys here. Farmer Son and Penny Pinching Prepper. I don't know if you got a chance to meet up with them or anything. I know Penny Pinching Prepper is right around that area, Northern Alabama. But 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. Okay. That's what I think Farmer Son was saying. He said 6 p.m. to midnight for you guys there in Alabama. But yeah, so far here in Pennsylvania, we're just getting cold and rainy. That's the normal. So. Okay. I know one of the things that I said about on here I want to talk about is I guess some past, present, and future events. I know a lot of people are talking about what happened in Baltimore. Me being here in Pennsylvania, it sort of does affect us here because we're seeing an increase in truck traffic up and down a lot of our interstates, and I feel like that's just going to continue. And with the increase, truckers are driving longer distances, so I'm not sure how that's really going to affect the whole supply chain. I know here in Pennsylvania, just in Harrisburg, we've had tractor trailers that have caught on fire on bridges, destroyed the bridges. So, where did that happen recently? Philadelphia last summer. There was a tractor trailer hauling some sort of fuel, and it destroyed a bridge there in Philly. And their reconstruction effort was almost superhuman. Like, they got out like the very next day and started working on the bridge. It was pretty crazy. It was quite a feat. But let's see. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody else in the chat here has noticed an increase in truck traffic or noticed supply chain dwindling, something like that. If you have, let me know. I'm definitely curious to see how it's affecting other parts of the country. Now, obviously, if you have a major port closer to you, then you're not really dealing with that. But here in Pennsylvania, like we have Philadelphia, they have shipping areas. New York, they obviously get stuff in. F. Pierce says Baltimore was a large port for vehicles. I think we will feel it in a few months. Yeah, that's exactly how I'm thinking too. I feel like we're probably gonna. Right now they're trying to put out as much effort as they can to compensate for what's going on, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take them to rebuild that bridge. And if and when they do, is it going to be better? Will it improve the supply chain, stuff like that? I guess we're just going to have to see. But also, I've noticed a lot of chatter on the channels about people talking about ships striking bridges, and I guess that just happened. Barge struck a bridge in Oklahoma. It didn't destroy the bridge like the one in Baltimore, but it did put significant damage on the barge, and it didn't compromise the structure of the bridge, from what I've read. But obviously, they're going to have to check it, especially with the recent events. They're going to have to make sure that it's structurally sound, stuff like that. So, I feel like whenever there's something that happens like this, the news runs with it. That you start seeing these things popping up more and more. First of all, because everybody's focused on it, and it just happened where it was a significant event. But also on top of that, the news sees that people are paying attention to those buzzwords and those key words. So I think that they're going to try to run with a lot of those headlines that involve, ships, bridges, shipping routes, stuff like that. So you're probably going to see a lot more of that popping up. Yeah, I did see that they have some temporary shipping lanes for smaller boats as well, which makes sense because really they only need to work on part of the bridge and part of the area at a time. So they should be able to let some ships in. Obviously, the larger barges with all of the material that's in the water, they're probably going to have to monitor that. I see it's 18:27 p.m., so 6:27 p.m. right now. I don't know if anybody planned on going over to Vision Preparedness. I know that he has a live coming up at 6:30. So if you do plan on going over to that, please make sure that you like the live before you head out. I don't expect anybody to stay on my channel just because it's me. But, if you guys are headed over there, go ahead and say hi for me. Let him know that I'm live, and I didn't want to mess with his stream. So I'll probably be over there once this is over in about a half hour or so. I just needed to get on because I haven't really been present this week. I've been doing a lot of running. I also just bought some blueberry bushes. I plan on planting those out front, probably sometime this week when it's not raining, because I don't like being bent over in the rain and having the rain slip down my back of my jeans. It's not really a pleasant feeling. So also coming up, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that, I do have another meeting planned with my mutual assistance group. The numbers grew since last time I had the meeting. I don't know. We gained like a third of our membership. It was really weird. I don't know how it happened or why, but I'm definitely happy to see the boost in numbers. If anybody from surrounding states, or if you're in Pennsylvania, I know one of the people that's in here today, I think is going to be there. So I'm excited to meet them for the first time, and I'll have a sticker for you when I meet you. So I got to remember to actually bring them. They should always be with me. I have I've been carrying around that. I don't have it down here. I normally have a notebook with me that has like some extra stuff in it that I carry with me everywhere. It's always in my back pocket or side pocket. So sorry. After getting done running out there, I get pretty nasally from all of the how do I put it? I just get nasally from running out there. So you know, also the other day I was browsing on YouTube. If you guys like this form that I'm doing right now compared to the YouTube live where it's, you know, up and down, so you probably see like this much of me, go ahead, put a 1 and let me know. All right, Devil Dog, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I'm sure I'll catch you around. If not, I'll see you on Vision Preparedness here coming up, or I'm guessing you'll probably be over there. So thank you guys for stopping in so far. Make sure that you guys hit the like button on your way out, just because it helps. Every little bit helps out. I appreciate everybody for coming in. I'm not ending the live. I'm just reminding you all because it helps. All right, Devil Dog said he likes this format better, so good. The straight up and down is just because you don't turn your phone sideways. Someone taught me that. Okay, KP said he's going to be over at Vision 2. So, yeah, I don't expect you guys to, you know, stick over here. Vision's probably actually got something he's talking about. I'm just going over what's going on the next few weeks on my channel, stuff like that. All right, Celtic Grandma said this is better too. Awesome. Well, then I guess I'm going to keep it in this format. I might try to start doing lives from my vehicle as well. I don't really know how often any of my subscribers here actually watch YouTube lives or the shorts, but I was doing lives for a little bit and it gave me a bump in my numbers. So I think when I do my runs and stuff like that, I might try to make some videos. Now, granted, you're going to see me probably at my worst when I'm sucking air. I'm going to sound like a dying pug. So if they don't really take off, I'm not going to continue to do them. But I'm definitely going to try to do some videos when I'm out there. With the recent rain, I don't like bringing my phone out because it messes up the screen and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you guys have anything that you want me to go over or do any content on, please let me know. I know last year the medical stuff was pretty popular. And I do this stuff for you guys. So, like I always say, please let me know what you guys want. Because honestly, I bore myself watching this stuff because somebody said it best the other day. I was commenting on somebody else's channel and I said, I bore myself. I don't find myself interesting. And they said, well, that's because you've already done the stuff that you've done. It's basic to you. You know, when I tell people that I was an EMT and a firefighter and security at a casino, it's like, they're like, oh, wow, that's interesting. But to me, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, the casino was an interesting job. But I do like to tell the stories and stuff of it. But honestly, you know, there's just so many. And I've done so many crazy things in my life that doesn't really, I don't look at them and say, oh, yeah, man, I got to tell you this cool story. Or it's not like my whole personality. So, all right, well, most of you guys like this format so far. So I guess I'll keep it like this. I'm just trying to figure out what's best for everybody because I don't really have a preference on any of this stuff. All right, we're down to 4. Everybody must be hopping ship to go over to Vision, which I don't blame you. He's got a lot cooler stuff to talk about than that. One of the things I did want to talk about, I know one of the people that's in here, believe I should be meeting them for the first time, the Mutual Assistance Group. We're going to be meeting at a local tree preserve here in Pennsylvania. So I'm really excited to do that. We did that once before. Hey, what's up, Living for Jesus? How's it going? Good to see you. Also, before you go, I wanted to let you know, because I don't believe I have your, or basically, this is best because I see you real quick. We're going to be having a meeting for the mutual assistance group here in Pennsylvania. So if you're interested in going out to it, it's going to be in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania. So if you're interested, please let me know, and I can send you the information for it. I know before that was a little bit of a haul for you, so maybe once the weather warms up, we'll try to do one in Lebanon County again, like I had met you at before. So just let me know and we can see what we can do. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get that meeting again. A lot of the people in the group, I believe everybody's got such terrible schedules nowadays that we're going to be trying to do some online stuff as well. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Somebody turned me on to a really neat, it's almost like Zoom, but it's better encrypted. So if anybody out of state wants to be in it or something, let me know. Yes, it's going to be like that, but I don't think it's going to be as many people as that. The one that we're going to be doing, not this Sunday, but the next, that's the thing. A lot of people said Sunday works best for them, probably because they're off. And I did it for 2 p.m. But basically, so far I've got 3 people that definitely say that they're coming. And we'll see how many show up. But basically, yeah, it's just going over the basics of the group. And the group that I made is in its infancy yet. So we'll see. Basically, I won't be giving out seeds or anything like that like the other group did. This is just to get everybody introduced before we really start getting the membership to try to expand and stuff like that. I wanted to have in-person meetings before I did online meetings because I wanted to know who I was talking to and wanted it to be real to people. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know. If not, there'll be one coming up. I'm going to plan for Lebanon County, and then I'm going to try to do the counties surrounding Dauphin County because that's sort of the central point of South Central Pennsylvania. So we'll see. Just let me know what you think, and we'll see if we can get you situated with it. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, that meeting is going to be happening, and basically, so far the mutual assistance group that I made up, it incorporated some people from another group that the person didn't really have a ton of time to continue setting up the meetings and stuff like that. So I figured, I already had the basis for this group, and it's like an online Facebook group and stuff like that. In the homesteading, planning, and growing your own food, and I also do canning, etc. Oh. Food. I also do canning, etc., and herbal remedies. Thank you so much for the info. I appreciate it. Yeah, of course. That's really what it is. It's preparedness overall, but one of the things we want to talk about is canning. I know right now is the time where people are going to be planting their gardens and stuff like that. So if you need any seeds or anything, let me know, and I can try to get you some. But for the most part, the group meeting is just going to be about, meeting and getting everybody sort of situated with the group before we start having meetings this summer and having virtual meetings and stuff like that. Because that's where I feel like anybody can join a virtual meeting from anywhere, whether the weather is good, bad, or indifferent. They can hop on their phone and watch, stuff like that. So we'll see. But first, I want people to meet in person. Also, with that group, I know I'm going to try to have meetings once every 3 weeks or so on the weekends, Saturdays or Sundays. So we'll see how that goes. And now it looks like there's only 2 people in here. I don't know if it's F. Peer, me, and Living for Jesus, or who it is all, but whoever that one person is, thank you for staying. Because if not, I'm just going to be talking to myself, and that's a little lonely to do. But like I said, I got 20 minutes left. I'm going to try to talk about the channel as well as groups. If we drop down to 1, and that's just me, then I'm probably going to end it early. But let's see. What else am I? Oh, I bought blueberry bushes. You can get them at Walmart right now. They're non-GMO. You get 2 of them for $11.46, which really isn't too bad. I know that there's a place. Dauphin County actually has a park service, and they were selling native blueberry bushes for about $25 each, I believe it was, or $15 each. I forget what it was, but I thought of buying them, but I missed the cutoff by a couple days. No, Living for Jesus, it wasn't you. You missed the part earlier. I said to everybody, hey, Vision Preparedness is another big influencer. And I said, anybody that's going over to his channel, I don't expect to hold anybody to it. But, basically I said, if you guys are going over there, no hard feelings, don't feel the need to stay here. And I guess everybody took that and ran with it. So it wasn't you. It was just at 6:30 p.m. I know Vision Preparedness was starting his live. And the way that me being a content creator, I don't, if somebody wants to go watch somebody else's stuff, I totally get it. I don't have the coolest setup. I'm literally just sitting in front of an American flag that I've had since high school. And well, actually, I guess you can see it now. I got some of my stuff over here. So not exactly the most interesting channel in the world. So I get it. I'd like to change that, but I only got 300 subs. So not really a whole lot I can do with that. Probably if I get over 500 is when I'll really start to put some stuff out there. Plus, if I can get out on the Appalachian Trail, that's where I think the numbers will really start to increase. Living for Jesus MPA. You can put your email in the chat if you would like to contact me on the chat. Y'all want is in the info on your chat. Okay. Yeah, you could probably do that. I'm not going to stop you guys from doing it, obviously. But just remember, if you guys put it on the chat, it could be out there for anybody. So just a reminder. That's why I always tell people to go over to my channel and do it that way. Because if somebody puts it in chat, I know sometimes the trolls come out and like to come out and mess with people. I know I've seen that recently on some people's channels. I never saw that before, where they're getting trolled by people and people come into the chat and just start trying to cause problems. I've never seen that. Luckily, I don't think I have enough viewers to really have anybody come over and try to mess with me. Yeah, that's true. After you can delete people. Yeah, that was the one nice thing. FPR, I think you actually do that on a couple other people's channels where I'm in and I'm like watching, the chat goes too quick for me and I see other people deleting them out of there. I'm like, what did they even say? They get them before I even see what the comment was. But yeah, as far as that meeting goes, I'm also going to try to record it. So, if you can't make it to it, that's fine. Basically, again, these are just going to be preliminary ones, seeing how things work. Hey, what's up, Cassandra Velez? Yeah, Penny Pepper here. But yeah, basically, the preparedness meetings are basically just to get introductions, make sure that things work out for the group, because that's really what it's about, is making sure that my group that I'm making is set up for success. I don't want it to turn into something where it gets taken over by another person and gets ruined, or turns into something where, people start to be radicalized or anything like that. So it's gradual. I don't want to just go full bore and be like, hey, anybody in Pennsylvania want to join this group? Go ahead. So that's where we're at. Keystone Preparedness. Okay, well, you obviously are from Pennsylvania then. Western PA, working, so can only stay a few minutes. Well, we appreciate that, FPeer. I don't know if you're able to, but if you could you please drop his link? Look at that. Did it before I even asked, before I even finished my breath. I appreciate that, FPeer. You know what? You get 2 stickers for that now whenever I meet you. So appreciate that greatly. But yeah, hey, Keystone Preparedness, if you want to send me an email, I have a link in my About Me information in my About Me section. I know that you say you're in Western Pennsylvania. I'm guessing up by Pittsburgh area, or Erie, or somewhere up and down that line. But go ahead, send me an email because I would like to. How do I put this? I would like to link up with you. I'd like to network a little bit with you. I think you're the first other preparedness channel I found from Pennsylvania. There are some people from Ohio, but you're the first other one I found from Pennsylvania. So if you want to do a collab or something, I'm in Harrisburg, which if you're Western Pennsylvania, you obviously know is the capital here. Um, okay, awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk with you because obviously I don't expect to keep you long, but if you send me an email, we'll link up. We'll try to figure something out and go from there. All right, bud. Um, like the name, by the way, Keystone, Keystone State. Um, I think pretty much everybody in here right now is from Pennsylvania. I don't know. Let me see. How many people we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, everybody in here right now is from Pennsylvania right now. All right, PA up in the house, a full house. I think that's the first time. Even one of my guests I know personally here, they are from Pennsylvania as well. Okay, Ohio border. That makes sense. Pitt, Ohio. So awesome. Yeah, definitely would like to link up with you and see if we can get something rolling. Because that is the ultimate goal of my mutual assistance group, is to start it off in my local area. Yeah, I know it is. It's I wish I had like a button I could hit to make like streamers fall down or something like that, but you guys are just gonna have to suffice with a little whoop whoop. So PA proud. Um, but yeah, so basically, the way that the mutual assistance group is set up so far is I have about 130 members in there, and once we get people to start communicating, meeting up, stuff like that, once it becomes more of a professional entity, is when I'm going to reach out to other organizations in the state. I know that there's Northeast Pennsylvania Preparedness, or NEPA, I think it's Northeast Pennsylvania Preparedness. I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of other preparedness mutual assistance groups out there. And basically, once we start to build our group, then we can reach out to the other groups and be like, hey, this is what we have. And some of the groups will be close, and like there might be members that are on the border of both groups, and they can go to either group, and we can start like saying, hey, we have a meeting this Sunday coming up, but also the other group has one the next week. So if you're part of both, you can go to either one. Excuse me, and maybe we can go over some of the talking points of the other group, stuff like that, and basically come up with a mutual assistance group for Pennsylvania, which would be great. I know I was talking with somebody. I don't really want to be the leader of my group. I understand like a lot of people have that power hungry mentality. Me, I'm just out here doing my own thing. I'm doing stuff to help people out. Like if you guys want me to talk about something, I'll talk about just about anything as far as preparedness goes. Some of the things I won't talk about, I always say I won't talk about my specific political. How did I get a thumbs up? That bubble. That's the first time I've ever seen a thumbs up bubble like that. That was interesting. If anybody did that, let me know. I've never seen that before. Did it pop up? What is that? That's weird. I've never seen that happen before. Maybe it's because I went like that. Does it do that on its own or something? That was weird. Sorry. Yeah, you're exactly right. It is not easy to find like-minded people like that. And that's exactly what I would like to try to start hooking up the groups. Uh, Keystone, I don't know if you are a member of the mutual assistance group, but maybe after talking and stuff, if you feel comfortable, maybe we can try to link up the groups if you do have one. But again, I always tell people, I'm like, if I'm not meeting your vibe check, or you're not feeling comfortable with it, I am not expecting you to do that. But yeah. So trying to think, where did I get on? I lost my train of thought, obviously, once I saw Keystone Preparedness come in, because I was just so excited. Um, but I think I was talking about the Shorts platform and the what else? I was talking about Shorts. I was talking about Lives. So obviously, you guys like this horizontal view. So my Lives, I can keep doing this. I use StreamYard, so I'm going to keep doing that. But as far as the Lives and Shorts, I think I might try to put out Shorts maybe 2-3 times a week. See how those, uh, you know, how y'all respond to them. See if they do anything. I know some of the other channels have some really cool shorts. All American Prepper, I love what he's been doing. If you guys have not, go over to his channel, All American Prepper. He's from Florida, and what he's been doing is he posts a short every so many days from a game called That Rule of Law, I think, WROL. I think that's what the game is called. It's like a card game, and basically, but sorry, I just read a comment, so I'm gonna post that up. I'll let you guys read it while I'm talking, but basically, yeah, yeah, it's a really cool card game. I suggest you go over to his channel. Basically, he's doing these shorts where he asks people to comment, see what they would specifically do in the situations, and it's pretty cool. I've been answering pretty much every single one I see pop up because it really gets me to think. Most of it's about civil wars or financial collapse, so pretty much the stuff that we all prepare for. Uh, Nuclear wars, EMP, stuff like that. So I highly suggest going over to his channel. And honestly, another great thing would be if you write down what the specific um, question that's asked is, and then maybe write it down in chronological order exactly what you do, and then go back and you can make that a plan for if that happens. Some of them are opinion and morality based, though. So as far as the moral questions go, like, a secret, and by telling the secret, it might help people, but the person that that knows the secret is going to be, so it's like morality comes into play there. So it's like you won't really know until you're faced with that situation. All right, now back to the comment that FP left because I I got distracted while I was talking. Have you ever thought about not mentioning specifics, of course, but after work, kind of doing a debriefing on what you learned that could be applied to prepping? Are you talking about? Because I always say that I'm a dispatcher. Is that what you mean? Like going over how do I put this? Like a hypothetical of a situation that I had. So maybe say if I had, um, let's see, let's say we had a plane crash or something in the area, trying to go over something that we actually haven't had but could happen. So, or like a false alarm. So like if we had a plane crash in the area, like let's say, I know that we have a small airport, but let's say that we have a large plane crash in the area because we have had plane crashes in Pennsylvania. Um, so maybe you talk to someone that got flooded out, and that kind of makes you think about ways we could prepare for those situations. Okay, yeah, yeah, I would probably have to write it down and then wait a little bit to go over it because obviously I do have people from my work that know about my channel, which is a big part of why I try to not really talk about work too terribly much because Um, I'm sure that they'll see it and they'll be like, "Oh, you were talking about us," and I don't want to do that. But at the same time, yeah, there is some interesting stuff that comes up, and well, let's say for instance, one thing I can talk about when I was a firefighter, because I haven't really done that. I'm not active with a fire company at this exact moment. There was a basement that got flooded out, the sewage backed up in it, and I remember I had to go down in the basement and help suck up the nasty stuff. And this is more of a funny story, but sweater got sucked up into the hose that was sucking everything out, and it made this noise. It was like, and this sweater like went like that, and it flung poop all over me. And I ran out of the basement and I grabbed it. We had a 5 gallon bucket of hand sanitizer. I unscrewed the top and just started dunking this stuff on me because I was like covered in poop. And yeah, but yeah, that would be a good example. Yeah, living for Jesus, you're right. I do need to be careful because of HIPAA and make sure it's hypothetical and removed from the incident. Yeah, FBR, you're right. That's the point. Making sure that I'm not specific. Generalization. No, it's okay, Keystone. I totally get it. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Um, yeah, that is the thing. Me having been an EMT, really, HIPAA only technically pertains to medical and like, I don't want to say just to insurance, but basically more medical stuff. If you have a patient, but at the same time, obviously it's in very bad taste if I were to go on here and talk about an incident that just occurred. Let's say somebody had a family member that just passed, and I go in here and start talking about some really graphic stuff. And me being in Pennsylvania and closer to the area that I work, they might see it, and that would be really terrible if I were talking about something that's very graphic like that, and they obviously are like, "Oh, how does he know about this? That's weird." And then they find out where I work, and it would just be a bad situation. But at the same time, as long as I change places, times, generalizations, I should be fine. I'm trying to think if there's anything recently. Honestly, one of the biggest ones is typically going to be like vehicle crashes, because my side more works not with the fire department, but more with the law enforcement side. So again, I don't want to get into specifics there because there's some parts that I don't want to put out about it. But brother would tell us a story, but no names. Yes, that is very important. If you know the name, never say it. Addresses are bad to use weeks or months later so that we never guess who or what, but it's just an incident that happened and can be sure without any names and specifics. Yeah. I was always told no names. Like if you're gonna say the name, don't even say, like, make up like Joe Smith or Joe Schmo, or person A, person B, stuff like that. Obviously, if it's an incident that has just occurred and it's going to be in the news like the next day, or it's still in the news or people are talking about it, don't talk about it, because that can jam you up too. Because people will be like, "Oh, that's weird. What you just said is really similar to this scenario." Yeah, and that's the whole thing. It is about privacy, and right. I have a lot of respect for the people. I always say that we are responding like you are dealing with people on the very worst day of their life. People don't call 911. Okay, that's a lie. I was going to say people don't call 911 just to say, "Hey, how's it going?" Because that's a lie. I've had people do that. So I can't say that. But at the same time, these people are calling for help, whether it's information or guidance or resources. Um, So that's one of the things where, I don't want to make somebody's worst day of their life public or to have them relive it. I didn't say he's an EMT. No, it's fine. I assumed he was an EMT or a paramedic by what you said. Also, firefighters have to deal with that as well because a lot of times they're dealing with car crashes, and with car crashes comes medical stuff. So, ergo, HIPAA. If I had another person here, I could tell my favorite HIPAA joke that I used to tell all the time in the ER, but without two people here, it wouldn't really make sense. We're coming up on an hour here, so if anybody has anything else you guys want to talk about, please let me know. I'm going to be trying to do more videos outside. I'm going to try to do some of the stuff of me gardening. I just planted onion bulbs. I still have a bunch left. I'm going to try. I actually dug out the tulips and stuff that were planted here at the house before I moved in. So I don't know if anybody that I'm going to be meeting wants tulips or anything. Let me know. I can try to dig them up and give you the whole thing intact. Park for emergency crisis, and that time I felt like asking people what their definition of emergency crisis was. Yeah, and that's the thing. Honestly, everybody's emergencies are different. I've had people call in because they struck a deer and they're crying, and it is the end of the world to them. And then you have people that are in an active domestic and they're just like, this happens every week, it's nothing. So you got two opposite ends. No, it is not my first year gardening. I have gardened before. I've gardened the last 3 to 4 years. I say that because I was not the only one gardening. I also left it up to my wife. She was the one that wanted to do the garden. I said to her, I was like, you want to do it? Feel free. Like, that's up to you. Like, you tell me what you want dug or what you want planted, I'll do it. But well, I mean, I'll still probably have the bulbs afterwards too. But yeah, basically this is my second year gardening myself, and it's nice because over the winter, all the food scraps and stuff like that, all the fruits and veggies that went bad, I tossed them in there and basically composted for a whole year. So hopefully that really puts a lot of nutrients in the soil for this year. Awesome. F period. Well, yeah, I got a bunch of seeds too. I actually have one of those seed vaults I thought of cracking open just to see what I can plant out of there. But I know that's really something you're supposed to save for something. But I have those blueberry bushes, depending on how they do, they're non-GMO, so they should be able to actually reproduce after a year or two. So depending on how that goes, maybe I'll be able to bring out some blueberries for people to plant. Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna try, like I said before, I'm gonna try to record that meeting. It all depends on the people that are there, first of all. I don't want them to feel as though I'm recording them. So maybe I'll record it and edit it later, but I always run into issues with videos over 30 minutes because that's where it really starts to eat up the space on my phone with editing and everything. So we'll see. You'll have to give up gardening this year, mostly sticking to the flower beds already in place and pots. Yeah, honestly, one of the things I thought of doing too is I've seen a lot of people that do gardening with stacked buckets, and you can get the Dollar Tree pots that have like three pots, and you can put something that goes up through the center. I feel like that would be a really cool way to run a garden if you have limited space. I don't believe that you are limited on space, but it might be a good thing to try if you don't want to walk around a large area and have to turn up soil, stuff like that. So seed needs, let me know. I can mail you what you need. Well, FPR, I believe we should be meeting here coming up, you and I, so I can probably try to let you know before then. Honestly, I'm pretty good with seeds. All I'm really doing is planting a small garden, so I don't really need a whole lot. I think I have everything that I need. I'm going to be planting like watermelons, cantaloupe, cucumbers. Love cucumbers. Tomatoes. What else? I got the onions in some of the other areas. And that's another thing. I have a whole bunch of spring onion growing around, and everybody thinks it's weeds. So I might be pulling that out of the neighbors and just being like, hey, do you guys mind if I pull these weeds for you? And when they're like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead. And I'm gonna take them out of their yards and either replant some or try to figure out a way to Because last year I did that. I had some burgers, and I took some spring onion, cut them up real good, and I threw them on some burgers, and I'll tell you what, they were really good. But I appreciate that, FPR. Let's see. I think it's just us three right now, which is okay by me. It's still Pennsylvania party up in here. I know one thing, that since there's only 3 people in here, and you guys are all from Pennsylvania in the area, I think pots on the dollar store website, and they have them delivered. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like the kind of person that likes to go there and try to get them. If they don't have them in the store, then I'm going to do that. And I think that they're like $36 for cheap. They're cheap. Who am I kidding? They're cheap enough that I could do that. But I definitely would like to try to do that. Trying to think what else I was going to talk about before I went today. If you guys need any seeds, let me know. FPR, if we're meeting coming up, I will get you some stickers as well. And if there's anything that you need from me, let me know. But that's probably one of the things we'll talk about is seeds and stuff like that, gardening. Spring onions are so good. I want to get perennial onions, Egyptian walking onions. I think they are called. They are good as spring onions. I don't think I've ever heard of Egyptian walking onions. I mean, I'm a huge onion guy. Like, I love to eat onion on stuff. It's like that spice from it is really good. You can dehydrate wild onion and garlic and turn them into the onion and garlic powder, if nothing else. Fair point. After, I don't know if you have a dehydrator, but yeah, I mean, I don't have one. I'd really like to save up for a freeze dryer. If I could save up enough for a freeze dryer, which is another part of the mutual assistance group, maybe we could have somebody that does that, or maybe somebody that has a freeze dryer. That would be great. And then they could do stuff for the whole group. That would be awesome. But again, we'll see. Also, bulk buying of stuff, whether it's food, ammunition, gardening supplies, medical supplies. Like, that's the greatest part about mutual assistance groups, is you can do stuff like that. So much wild garlic onion coming up. Can I use the greens? The one thing I don't know much about yet. I believe you can use the greens. I believe that they're almost like hollow down the middle, almost like chives. I would say obviously wash them, but yeah, I believe FPR, you can chime in too, but yeah, I believe that you can use the I don't eat the greens. I know that I believe you can eat them, not that gonna eat them or not. Never tried. I saw quite a few people that grabbed spring onions, and what they did was they separated them, and then they took the green part, and then they chopped it up and used it as chives. So I don't know. I've never eaten that part, like you said, FPR, but I don't know. Maybe it's something I'll try this summer. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to be heading out here in a minute or two. I don't know if either of you are interested, but I'll probably be going to Vision Preparedness here when I head out. Excuse me. Have a dehydrator, but you can go very low on your oven and put them inside your oven at a very low setting. Yeah, I wondered about that. I also know some people said about using air fryers at the lowest setting, but I'm not sure how that'll work. Spring onion and chives. You can chop the greens for seasonings, so I didn't know if I can do that with the wild. Yeah, I believe anything you can do with regular onions, you can do with spring onions. This is basically the same thing, it's just wild. Chives and spring onions, regular ones, I do eat those, and they are yummy. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to head out here. I know some of the other people said that there's going to be some weather coming through, so make sure that you guys are ready for that. If you guys have any questions about the upcoming meeting, or if you have any ideas, please shoot me an email. And as far as the upcoming meetings, Living for Jesus, if you would like to do a meeting in Lebanon County at the same place we had before, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do a meeting there again. That's actually my home county, so I wouldn't mind doing that again, especially once weather picks up. Chickweed, first, etc. So like weeds. Um, but yeah, I could do that. I plan on doing a meeting in all the surrounding counties if possible. So, FPR, you said you're. I don't think you. I don't remember if you said you're in the same county as me. If you're not, if you come up with some ideas of places to have a meeting in your local area, I would be more than happy to do that. Just let me know, and I will try to do that and have everybody meet up. Do firefighters rescue animals like dogs and cats? They rescue those in need: dogs, cats, ducks, chickens, alligators if they need it. Cut down on the song of my lives. There's really just so many different ones. Okay, I guess I'm more a homesteader type and a crunchy mom and a prepper. But those things interest me. Yeah, honestly, I don't like to use the word prepper because that insinuates, no, it's fine. Most people assume when I say prepper, they're thinking of doomsday preppers. When we talk about preppers, we're not talking about that. If I'm talking about that, that's more conspiracy. Um, I would say doomsday preppers. However, a lot of prepping culture overlays over to, I would say, how did I describe it? It's like a spectrum um, of preparedness. I've tried to toy with prepping pyramids, prepping spectrums, prepping um, scales, stuff like that. And I think the best way to describe it is a. Oh, who gave a thumbs down? I got a thumbs down. That's a first time. Preppers are more of a. How do I put it? It's more like it's a spectrum. It's basically so on one end you have totally let's see, left right, so left. Totally unprepared, somebody that doesn't know anything about preparedness, is totally unaware and not ready for anything. And at the opposite end, you have somebody that's I don't want to say totally ready for everything, but has everything that they need for pretty much every situation. They have planned almost every outcome, and if they don't have it planned for, they have an alternative plan for something that they can easily adjust to any situation. Um, so, at one end, you have the people that live in La La Land or on their phones all day. They think that the government's going to help them out of everything. And then as you slowly up the scale, you have people that are beginning to understand that you need to be ready for things. And maybe they have some extra food, or they go to the store every week, replenish some things that they need, and maybe have a few extra things. And then you continue on. You get people that are like, oh, like I might need to get ready for something, so they have 72 hours worth of food, water prepared. They take the FEMA or your state government's plan, and they get ready for whatever, whether it's a power outage to a flood. They're probably not the people that they're probably the beginners that like see my channel and they're like, oh, this guy's and then as you continue on the scale, you go from, I wouldn't say homesteading is low on the list. It's probably middle ground up to higher up, because basically if you're homesteading, you are becoming self-reliant, which is what preparedness and prepping is all about. You have people that live in the city and they have gardens. How am I doing what? I'm guessing you mean the thumbs down. I don't know how that happened. If that's what you're referring to, I guess it just popped up. I don't know if I went like that and it saw it, or maybe this went to the YouTube live section and somebody random saw it and gave it a thumbs down, or what they did, or maybe one of my lovely viewers gave it a thumbs down. I don't know, but so basically, yeah, prepping preparedness preparedness is a scale. I would say at the upper end of the scale is where you have survivalists, people that they have a homestead that they have prepared, but they're ready to bug out if need be, and they have a bug out location set. So not only do they have their homestead ready, so they're ready. If there's an emergency, they're going to be perfectly fine at their homestead. But if things get so bad there that they need to leave, they can. And I think that that is the upper end of the preparedness scale. Um, come from somebody that's totally clueless to the world, all the way up to like there was one guy on Doomsday Preppers that I saw that he really impressed me. He was at the upper end. He had his whole family ready. He even actually had them ready like once a week. They cooked a meal with bugs. It was crickets, mealworms, stuff like that. And the kids actually looked forward to it because they got to like play with the bugs and stuff like that. Like now, granted, I know a lot of people out there saying, hey, I'm boycotting Tyson Foods because of the whole cricket meal kind of stuff. But at the same time, like I've eaten worse things than crickets. I worked in a jail, so I've eaten cockroaches. I'm sure of it, as well as some probably some bodily functions. So that doesn't really worry me. But if you're at that end that you can DIY your stuff and get ready for it, like that's the upper end of it. That's where you want to be, not totally oblivious and thinking that everything's going to be okay all the time. But all right, I think I'm going to head out of here. More clueless and take it one day at a time with prayer. But I do know how to grow food and foraging and canning. And honestly, you know what? It sounds like you're not clueless. It sounds like you just need to expand your horizons a little bit. I'm not saying obviously if you're homesteading, you are already way ahead of the curve as far as preparedness goes. You don't need to be some gun-toting, bugging out, conspiracy nut to be a prepper. Honestly, I give people the title of prepper as soon as they start buying canned food to get ready for an incident. But the problem is it has that stigma about it, which is why I changed my channel name too. Because people see prepper and they think of the show Doomsday Prepper. There's too many people out there that are woke but not awake, and they just assume that like the general charm prepper though, because it encompasses so many different people and their talents. Yeah, you're right. Prepper as a whole, it's crazy. There's so much to it, from canning to gardening. You have people you have big burly dudes that are out there gardening, and then at the same time you have little small, females that are big into their firearms. So it's like it's for everybody. Anybody can be into preparedness and prepping, and you can be anything in the preparedness community that you want, which I find amazing. You can be. That's the one thing I will say though is like you have people that do the lone wolf thing, and it's like those are the people that generally they're honestly probably not going to do too great, because as soon as they get sick or as soon as something happens, they're going to be the ones looking for stuff. And generally when you are alone in it, you have nobody else to protect you, so you overcompensate your security. So sometimes I feel like those would be the most dangerous people to have around, but at the same time they could also be a great resource. It all depends. Who knows till something actually happens. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. If there's anything else you guys would like to discuss, feel free to put it in the regular comments and I'll respond to it. I always respond to my comments because I'm a small channel. I only got 309 people. If all of you leave a comment, I'm going to get to every single one eventually. So yeah, stay safe, stay prepared, and I will see you all next time.